Time for another breakdown of one of Epstein's emails, and I'm specifically going into Tigran. And the reason why is because he is currently still working in the modeling agency, and he's currently in pre-production right now on a TV show. So to anyone who is modeling world, there is a alleged pedophile that is a world-renowned casting scout that you all need to look out for. So this is from David Said to Jeffrey Epstein on July 16, 2010 at 12:33. Hello, Jeffrey. A great friend of mine rented Hugo House in Ibiza, so I invited lots of girls from Russia, all models, because they will be doing the shootings down there for several magazines with and great scout named Tigran. He used to scout for Trump, but he doesn't work for him anymore. Becoming with 12 girls the first week, 22nd of July, then 13 others the second week from then of August. Would like to meet you. I just called Jean-Luc to see with him if he can come too. That would be great to build the great network for MC2. Please let me know if you can come to spend some time with us. My best regards. Then following up, wrote, Tigran has the best taste next to you. I am happy to meet him. He had a girl named Blank in Paris that he had told many bad things about me. You guys are fucking sick. Okay, so Tigran not only worked with Jeffrey Epstein and Jean-Luc Brunel, who is the man that is the European Jeffrey Epstein, who happened to also die by suicide in jail in 2022. But he also was a scout for Donald Trump, who happened to have a model agency that had to close down in 2017 for exploitation. Tigran is all up in this business of exploitation and modeling, okay? This is Tigran. He happened to either not think, I don't fucking know, because this email was in 2010 and yet he decided to do a documentary on his entire modeling agency called Noah's Models. And because of this documentary, people were like, wow, he's really exploiting Russian girls. And because of that, like, Noah's model agency kind of fell apart. It doesn't make sense. But here is a clip of the Russian girls talking about their age.
Nadia?
Hello, my name is Nadia. I'm 13.
Конечно, модель стать хорошей. Но я просто такая серая мышка. Хочется, чтобы что-то другое было в жизни.
And I looked everywhere to find a picture of this guy. Because if he's a world-renowned modeling scout, you'd think he'd be somewhere. Couldn't find a fucking thing. But because he decided to do a documentary on himself and his agency, here is a clip of him in the documentary.
I love to travel. I love the trains, especially the toilets. I miss them. I miss this, you know?
The concept of Noah was simple. Just like Noah saved all the animals, I'm trying to save all these young girls. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting them on the plane, sending them to the West, giving them a chance where they can find themselves, develop as women, grow as individuals, and I hope that someday they'll do some good to the other people. So in a way, for me, this is a religious matter. You know, this is my Bible. Ashley will be my Western partner. We also have problems in the West, and it's also a difficult uphill battle there, but it's a different problem. So together we'll be a great team. The depth of the psychology involved, you know, we go very, very deep with a girl, trying to understand all her problems, trying to understand the parents. And we sort of, at the end, form a profile. And we try to sort of replace those fathers for them and support them any way we can. You know, in certain cities, you must have trustworthy people. So then they can find the girls at much earlier stage and sort of pre-screen them until we get there. This is strategically very important. Before anybody else can get there, we'll have the girls.
I thought I would look more in depth what is he doing? Has he done anything? This motherfucker is currently in pre-production with creating a current show called Modelizer. This show is about models being exploited. I kid you not, my jaw fucking dropped when I saw that. On top of that, I looked more in depth to the other shows that he kind of went into. And another name kind of stood out to me that I kind of wanted to share. I've never heard of him, but this is kind of like what IMDb says for the show Scout. This is a little bit more on who Clifford E. Wright is. Mr. Wright is an accomplished fashion photographer shooting the cover of Russian Cosmopolitan, Gia, Russian FHM, 6 covers of Perfect 10, editorials in Harper's Bazaar Espanol, Cosmopolitan Espanol, Maxim USA, Ocean Drive, and 100 more magazines around the world. But what got me a little bit more curious about him is the last paragraph. Mr. Wright is also the original investor and owner of Noah Models, which discovered many supermodels and was merged into IMG Models. He is starting Noah Models again at the moment, known as Revolution Management, with Nathaniel Stevens, VC of Yodel fame. What's really interesting about IMG Models is Ivan Bart, who was like a world-renowned person who started IMG. He died in 2023, really young. He was 60. He was like wicked young. He also had a connection with Jeffrey Epstein because of Lex Wexner for Victoria's Secret. But what's really weird is for Noah Models to be combined with IMG. And IMG is like world renowned. But then on top of that, you have Clifford Wright, who is literally a world renowned photographer. Can't find a picture of him. And then on top of that, he's original investor of Noah Models. And Noah Models literally went downhill for literally the documentary that showed that they exploited Russian girls. I don't have much information about Clifford E. Wright, except that he is working with an alleged pedophile. The alleged pedophile is Tigran. Tigran would bring Russian models to Jeffrey Epstein, Jean-Luc Brunel, and David Said, according to this email. And according to the documentary that I just showed you, girls he specifically worked with were 13-year-old Russian girls. Tigran is currently working in the model industry to this day. There is a show called Modelizers that is in pre-production. Like, these people are just under our noses and we don't know about it. So that's why I want to call this guy out specifically. If anyone sees this that knows anyone in the modeling agency, please tell them. Please share this. People need to know. I think people do know, but they don't want it out there. But like, pedophiles should not be anywhere except in jail. Like, what are we doing? Email was very interesting. I also want to do a little bit more of a breakdown regarding Jean-Luc Brunel. But I think talking about people who are not dead is kind of important because there's so many more people out there that are just living their normal lives, exploiting girls still to this day, and we need to call them out. If anyone knows any more information, or if anyone's like, oh, wow, now I'm going down a rabbit hole, let me know so I can go down an even bigger rabbit hole, because I think that the more that comes out, the more people are going to look into it, which is good, because I want people to understand, like, Epstein didn't just traffic hundreds of girls. Epstein trafficked thousands of girls and women. Thousands. This was a worldwide industry. And every single person connected to this needs to be held accountable.